Hello everyone, my name is Eren Imran, and today I want to talk about a big problem in educational technology. We often hear that learning with games is the future, but if we are honest, most educational games are boring. I will talk about the entertainment policy and explain why most educational games fail to teach us anything useful. Let's start with a simple definition. Game designers call a bad educational games chocolate card with broccoli. What does this mean? Imagine you have some broccoli which represents boring homework or mathematics. You cover it with chocolate which represents colorful graphics and sounds. Developers think this makes a broccoli taste good, but students are smart. They bite into it and immediately realize this is not a candy, this is just broccoli. Brenda calls this a design flaw. We are not making learning fun. We are just decorating boring tasks. The game is just a mask. We need to understand the difference between two important terms, gamification and game-based learning. Most apps today use gamification. This means using points, badges, and leaderboards. We call this PBR. According to Carl, giving a student a gold start or a badge is not a game. This is just behaviorism. It's like training a pet. You do a task, you get a treat. True game mechanics are different. In a real game, your choice matters. In gamification, you just click the right answer to get points. There is no real engagement. Now let's look at the market reality. Educational games are competing with big commercial games. A game like GTA or Zelda has a budget of $300 million. They have amazing graphics and perfect game mechanics. An educational game usually has a budget maybe $50,000. Students notice this immediately. More importantly, commercial games create a flow state. This concept by the psychologist Chwarsky, the challenge perfectly matches your skill. Educational games really achieve this. They are usually too easy or too boring. This leads us to the biggest problem. Motivation in psychology. There are two types. Intrinsic motivation is when you do something because you love it, or extrinsic motivation is when you do something for reward, like money or points. Research by Des and Ryan shows something very interesting. If you give too many external rewards, you actually kill the internal desire to learn. Look at the numbers. Studies show that students who focus on rewards lose interest quickly when the reward stops. These creative problem-solving skills decrease by 42. Basically, students stop asking why is it important and start asking what do I get for this? So, why does this happen? It's because of design failure. In many games, the learning and playing are separate things. Think about a typical math game. You solve a math problem to make your character jump. Jumping is the fun part. The math is just a price you pay to have fun. According to researchers Hapgood and Ainsworth, this separation is a bad thing. This creates a high cognitive role. The brain has to switch between doing math and playing the game. This makes the learning harder, not easier. Essentially, these games are Skinner boxes. We have Skinner was a psychologist who trained Reid to push a lever to get food. Educational games the same thing. Answer a question, hear a ding sound, Get a point. This trains obedience. It trains students to click buttons. But it doesn't teach critical thinking or deep understanding. We are teaching students how to pass the system, not how to understand the subject. Ironically, the best teachers are games that were not made for education. Take civilization. Students learn history, geography, and strategy because they need to have these skills to win the game. Take Minecraft, it teaches creativity, logic, and geometry. Or Kerbal Space Program. Players learn real physics and aerodynamics. As James Paul argues, these games are successful because the learning is useful in the inside. You don't learn to pass the test. You learn to survive in a game mode. So, what is the solution? We need to start learning. This means hide the lessons in a game mechanic. We need to mechanic-based learning. The game mechanic is lesson. If you do want to teach biology, don't make a quiz about viruses. Let the student play as a virus. They will learn how the immune system works because they have to defeat it. The best learning feels like a discovery, not like school. In conclusion, the future of our field, instructional technology, is not about adding points to boring lessons. It's about integration, not decoration. We need to stop training obedience and start teaching problem solving. We need to design for curiosity, not for gold stars. We must stop covering broccoli chocolate. Instead, we should cook something that is actually delicious. Here are the academic references I used for this analysis, including Dechi, Ryan, and James Paul Gee. Thank you for listening.